Next, we can see the cottage industries and its advantages and the disadvantages. Now, we can see the introduction of cottage industries. All industrial units with the capital investment of more than rupees 1 crore are at present treated as small scale units. For ancillary units, those supplying components to large scale industries and export oriented units, the limit of capital investment is also rupees 1 crore. Industrial units with an investment of up to rupees 25 lakh belong to the tiny sector. It may be noted that capital investment covers only investment on plant and machinery, land and factory, building are excluded. As per this classification, all industries with capital investment higher than specified for small scale units are also large scale industries. Now we can see the meaning of a small scale industries. It is one where the creation of products and services is home based. It is one which is carried on wholly primarily with the help of people, help of member of the family, either as a whole or partner of the occupation. A system of making production is to sell in which people work in their own homes and use their own equipment. Next, we can see the role of cottage industry. Contribution of national income. The small enterprise in India were contributing a larger share of national income. Employment potential. The employment potential in small scale have been very high. Capital light. Small industries require only a small amount of capital than large scale industries. Skill light. The large scale industries require high degree of skill and talent of engineers. Import light. It requires mostly machines and equipments and they need not depend too much of imported materials. Better distribution of wealth. The decentralization of industries, the small scale sectors secure even distribution of income and wealth. Contribution of export. Growth of small scale industries in post independent has contributed a lot towards export earnings. Loss of labor. The number of labor in small industries appears to be very much limited. The scope of labor trouble with less large exports. Many products of the small scale industries like handloom, cotton fabrics, silk fabrics, handicraft, carpet, jewelry are exported to foreign countries. The share in the total export is much of 10-40%. In this way, the small scale sector makes a very valuable contribution to the accumulation of foreign exchange resource of the country. Use of latent resources. The small scale industries use resources which are available locally, which would otherwise have remained unused. These resources are then hoarded wealth, family labor, artisans, skills, native entrepreneurship, etc. Being thinly spread throughout the country, these resources cannot be used by large scale industries, which need them in big amount and at a few specified places. Promoting welfare. The small scale industries are also very important for welfare reasons. People of small means can organize these industries. This in turn increase their income levels and quality of life. As such of industries help in reducing poverty in the country. Next, we can see the advantages of cottage industries. Cottage industries have much advantage in real and practically also. They are consuming women labor in large number. They make the work joyful and pleasant. There is no matter of corruption and exploitation of the poor people by the rich men. In cottage industries, there is no fear of quarrel and we can see a good and healthy relation between the labor and the factory owner. In cottage industries, the country needs to can be maintained a large extent by continuous supply. Cottage industries give the cumulative useful employment during the free time of the employer. Even housewife can use the year as part time in cottage industries. In cottage industries, there is no need of large premises, large machines, and great investment. Next, we can see the disadvantages of cottage industry. The lack of finance. The cottage industry is facing the problem of capital shortage. The financial institutions are not ready to provide the credit on low rate of interest. So it is an obstacle in the ways of cottage industries development. Competition. There is a stiff competition between the large scale industry and small scale industries and usually cottage industries suffer a loss. Import policy. The import policy of the government is also not favorable for the cottage industries. It discourages the cottage industry. Problem of raw material. The owner of the small scale industry cannot get enough raw material what he wants. Poor quality of raw material is provided on higher prices to the small industry. Old methods of production.